All right, very interesting. So we're holding fast to our rents. We're making sure we're not mentally or economically baking in the perception of what rent should be, or the perception of our own amenities and how we think about community value. Um, but you also have a new way to sell the value of renting to prospects, which is very interesting. Let's dive into that. And for those who've just joined us, we have Apartment Academy professor Toni Blake on with us talking about poop. Yes, but
In the
but
last
also,
sentence.
if you joined at the wrong moment, this you might have think you joined the wrong broadcast. But beyond that, we're talking about defending rents and value and what could be a tight rental market. And if you're listening live at this point, try to stay to the end, because Toni is going to offer you some free Toni tools to help your teams in the field promote the property and overcome objections, so that you can keep that rental velocity going strong.
I
All right,
love that.
Toni, tell
Thank
us
you
about
so much.
your
I mean,
yes.
we're just having so much fun here. So, we talked a lot in this whole series about perspective. You know, do you see the rents as high or low? And the glass half empty, or what are, and most importantly, what do your teams think? Do your teams think the rents are high? And every time you raise the rents, are they celebrating? Yay, we got a rent increase, and they're thinking like an owner? Or are there cons, where they're focused on the loss? And so it's really important right now to flip the script. And what I mean by that is that there's all this conversation out there negative to rents. Wouldn't you agree with that? I mean, there's a
Yep.
social
Tons.
bias that there's a social bias. But what I want you to realize is that there's so much good about our buildings and about our industry, and how many people we house and how many people we employ. And I mean, what is it? 144 million Americans rent apartments. And, we truly are becoming the new American dream. Renting is easy street, and the new people coming up, they want easy street. But along with easy street, I want to propose something that we've never done before. Okay. But don't you think it's a different time? And what do they say? If you want something different, you have to do something different, right? You can't do the same thing. I believe this. I believe we need to fix the brain of our residents to understand that their cost of living went up last year, and that it's their bills we're paying. If they owned a home, they would have insurance on their home. They'd have to pay that beyond their mortgage. If they owned a home, they would have to pay taxes. They have to pay property taxes. If they owned a home, they'd have to pay maintenance. I would love for everyone to find out what it costs to have a person come to your home. And I want to know the drive time cost, the hourly cost. Like, if you owned a home, what's the average cost? We're in Cleveland, of a home repair, somebody coming to their home, because our residents don't get it. They pay their rent not
Right.
knowing. And I believe that we've allowed this confusion. And I think it's time to straighten it out. So I've got all the confused thoughts, like, I have to pay all this money. Why? Because we're paying for your home because we're the owner. Here's the way I think: they're like spoiled teenagers, and they complain about the cost of living, and they're totally unaware of the cost of living, but we've allowed that. Hashtag adulting. Quick story: my daughter, when on her senior year, we did roommate rules. And I said, okay, like, your roommate's not going to wash your dishes, your roommate's not going to do these things. So the senior year, it was all about roommate rules, and I taught her all these things. I gave her a budget, and she had to go buy things. I'll never forget. She comes home one day, and she's so mad, and she's like, I have to take a shower. She said, my deodorant, because she wanted the Clinique special, whatever, blah, blah, blah. My deodorant is $12. She said, I had to choose between deodorant or gas, and I need to go take a shower. And she had this revelation that her deodorant was $12. Well, hello. Our residents do not know. We pay for everything. We never make them aware of it. And I say it's time to stop. Okay. So I want you to consider putting together a marketing style email quarterly that goes out to the residents, that shows them the true, honest transparent numbers of what a few of the things that you've paid for. And more than anything, it isn't just for your residents, it's for your team. I was in a room and I said in the room, who knows what their taxes are? Their property taxes. And I had whole teams there in the room, right? And so one manager goes, oh, we just paid it. It was $500,000. Her staff's jaw dropped. $500,000. Yeah, we paid $500,000. What was the insurance? I had one team tell me that from last year to this year, their insurance went up $20,000. Our teams don't all know this. Our residents definitely don't know this. And so I say, let's pull the blinders off. Let's straighten it out. This is your bill and we're paying it with your rent. And by the way, those beautiful flowers that were just put in, that was $42,000, including tree trimming, new pine straw, depending on what part of the country you are, or soft landscape. And we just paid 42. Enjoy the flowers, right? And so all of a sudden the residents like, oh my God, they're paying for all this. Yes, we are. So this lack of knowledge by our residents and our staff, I think it's hurting us. And I think with all the bias that's been going on, it is time, and people want the truth, that we are willing to share that truth. So I want you to think about, here's 3, all right? Think about the annual cost of landscaping, think about the annual property taxes, and think about insurance. And all I'd love for you to do is figure out what it was for that property. And I want you to do a nice little email. And then I want a really cool marketing e-signature that has the property logo, the company logo, and a really cool thing that says, paid for in full. Enjoy your residency at Pine Creek Apartment Homes, right? And so they need to be made aware. I want us to build appreciation and respect for our management team, for the role that we play in their life, where we pay their bills and their cost of living. And let's get back a little bit of appreciation and accountability. I call it value stacking, by value stacking the rents. And I'm telling you, just seeing the faces of the resident of the team when they hear these numbers is going to make them say, wow. And I can't even tell you, I mean, people on a flight or in an airport or somewhere who come up to me and find out I'm in rental, and they talk about, in like 5 minutes, I have them shut up and apologizing. Like the truth will set you free, but we've got to be willing to tell it. The other thing I think is really, really important. Oh, and that ET belongs over there on the end of that. But the benefits of renting are huge. But Daniel, our industry has done a terrible job at SEO on great benefits of just renting. So every management company within the sound of my voice, I want to challenge you. I'm going to give you 3 blog posts. 3 blog posts. I want you to put them anywhere. The spiders will find them, okay? They will crawl the web and find them. I want you to add #EasyStreet. And I want you to do a post. Oh, an angel just got its wings. I want you to do a post.
Somebody just posted it.
Somebody just posted
it. They did it immediately.
They need a post. 0 maintenance cost. Homeowners pay for property taxes and insurance, and you don't have to. They're debt-free. The average cost of a home can be $500,000, $1 million. It's crazy money out there right now. And now with the high interest, they're debt-free because we own the mortgage. We carry that debt for them. Hello, a little respect here. And so I want to start Googling and finding great concept, great writing on the new American dream, #RentEasyStreet. And let's get out there. Let's make it happen. And together we can be influencers with things. So I have a couple of tools, like he said, if you stay till the end, that I want to share with you. This has been so popular. It started out as what we called a love note station. And I got it from attending a wedding, and they had this love note station with the couples, and people were writing these love notes. And then when I went to the couple's home later on, I saw this whole display of all these love notes people had written. It was so cool. And I thought, oh, we could do that with our residents. So now we've changed it to favorite things. And so you could do a theme with love notes. You could do favorite things. A lot of people, when you're shopping on a website, they have you click your favorites. Favorites are really popular. It's very simple. You create a logo, and I like for them to be seasonal. And I have all 4 seasoned logos that I'll share with you in your ebook. You just put a little 8.5 by 11 framed thing up that says people want to find new favorite things and to love about their life at Ralston Park. What do you love? And ask them to list their favorite things. Then it has a little card. They actually hand write on it. But I'll tell you something crazy. If you put really cool thin writing markers in different colors, people will sit in the clubhouse and do really cool ones. I mean, like, people are all into coloring things now. And I mean, we've gotten some really artistic ones done. I've never done one, and I know it's dangerous. That is a word that creates argument, that I didn't get at least 36 love notes from the residents. And it's them saying what they love about the area. Imagine along your tour route, you stop and the future resident can sit there and read all these notes about what people love about their life there, right? And they say their favorite coffee and their favorite sandwich and their favorite things. So favorites is one of the tools that you're going to get all the graphics, all the artwork, everything that you need to launch a conversation about love on your tour route.
Very
and
cool.
then the last thing I'm giving them, and I'm just going to say, you're welcome. Okay. This is 24 objection cards, and these are true objections that residents have said to team members in the office about a rent increase on their renewal, and then 24 points of consideration of things that you need your teams to be aware of to share with someone. And the way the game works is that each of these cards are set up with 6 up on a page, and you just copy and have them cut. You have 2 little stacks of cards. One's objections and one's the points of consideration. They're face down. And the way that you play the game is it creates a conversation. Shuffle them up, turn over an objection and a point of consideration, and challenge yourself out loud to start the conversation with the objective and finish it with the point of consideration for staying. And as you play through these cards, you are going to build confidence in your ability to discuss all the reasons why you're going to love paying that rent and staying in your apartment. The ebook is going to have every one of the slides from all 3 presentations. It'll have quick links to all the resources we've talked about. There's bonus content, sneak peek at the cards. Every single one of the cards are in the book so they can look at them. There's an implementation plan for a few things, and then the instructions for the games are also there. But there's 2 files that you're going to want to get. One of them is the Defending Your NOI in a Flat Market ebook, and the other one is Defending the NOI role-playing card game, and it's a print-ready file. So those are my 2 gifts that I know if you put this message in the hands and the minds and the hearts of your team to love their property and to make love the reason why people rent, and to not make a deal or a special, to not make concessions, but to defend their NOI in a flat market, that it will benefit everyone. The budget, it'll benefit your property, it'll attract better people to it, and your teams are going to be happier with the ability to confidently deal with this.
That's such an amazing tool, Toni. It's too bad you can't get a commission off of everyone's increase in occupancy that's going to result from people training and handling objections better. Amazing. And we will send, as a thank you for joining the show today, everyone who logged on today will get an email from us with the link to the ebook that Toni mentioned, which has these tools in it, as well as bonus content. Okay, I'm interested. You have my attention. And we will be posting a summary of the show on the Leonardo 24/7 blog. We will rebroadcast this live in 3 separate segments through apartmentacademy.com. So if you missed any part of today, we got you. Professor Blake, it has been a lot of fun. As always, I think none of us can use the poop emoji anymore without thinking about
ice cream. It's ice cream.
The ice cream. I'm sorry, I misspoke. None of us can use the ice cream emoji anymore, or at least think about it the same way. We appreciate you coming on today. Boy, we look forward to doing this again with you very soon.